The gaming laptops that we've seen so far in 2019 have been pretty expensive. So NVIDIA launched their RTX 20 series laptops, which were pretty powerful, but they were just crazy expensive. And there just aren't a lot of ray traced games out there right now to really make use of it. But recently, there was a tweet from a guy named Momomo who showcased a series of leaks from MSI's upcoming gaming laptop. Now, these pictures look like there's some kind of marketing material, and it's from China, I'm assuming. But there's two things of interest here. There looks to be a new CPU from Intel and a new GPU from NVIDIA, the GTX 1650. So this graphics chip is kind of like an entry-level gaming chip. It's not super high level, it's not super powerful, but because it's entry level, it's going to be for cheaper gaming laptops. And the interesting thing here is that the performance it's showing looks to be quite a big step up from the 1050 Ti from last generation. Now, it's using 3D Mark 11, which is a pretty dated benchmark, and they're probably using a benchmark to kind of showcase as big of a difference as possible, but that's actually a pretty important step up in performance because the 1050 Ti that this is going to be replacing was a decent card, but it was just a little shy from that 60 frames per second goal that any kind of entry-level gaming tries to hit, and this new GPU looks like it'll hit that pretty comfortably across a large spread of games. This is a GPU that's for entry-level gaming laptops, right? So they're gonna be cheaper devices like $700-800 to start, maybe like $650 when it's on sale. And this kind of performance at that price point is just really good. Most of the current titles right now, including more demanding games, will be able to hit 60 frames per second at 1080p on this GPU, which is really nice to see on an entry-level gaming device. And we'll also be able to see this GPU in, I'm assuming, devices like the XPS 15, so kind of like premium devices that are thin and light that try to pack a GPU in there. To be able to get something that's a step up from the previous generation is also really nice. The other thing this leak showed was the new 9th gen Intel CPU, like their mobile CPU, the 9750H, and this looks to be a pretty substantial difference based on that benchmark that they're showing. Once again, it is marketing material, and I don't even know what benchmark they're using, but that looks to be like a pretty big number. Now, I looked this up on other benchmarks. There's another leak that showed a benchmark of this CPU, and it looked to be about a 13% increase in performance over last year's model, which is not massive or anything, but it is nice. Like, it's kind of expected, that kind of like 10 to 15% improvement year on year. And personally, I'm more inclined to believe that 13% spread from the Passmark benchmark than that massive spread on MSI's marketing material, but who knows. Thermally, I also have no idea how that's going to perform, but my gut feeling is that that 9750H is going to run pretty hot as well. But that's basically it. New CPUs and new GPUs that will probably give the 2019 gaming laptop lineup a nice kind of like step up at the bottom end. It's just a bump up in performance. I think the bigger picture for me here is that the 1050 Ti on laptops came out over 2 years ago. So we basically waited 2 years for a 23% improvement in performance. And it kind of speaks volumes about how NVIDIA has a control on the whole GPU market right now, especially in the mobile division. But it's also a statement to like how NVIDIA kind of looks at their RTX hardware. I feel like they want the industry to move towards ray tracing, and I think it will. It's just going to be a few years for everyone to get on board, but in the meantime, they have this kind of stopgap product, the GTX 1650, and I'm assuming a 1660 at some point, but these are kind of bump ups for the low to mid-tier gaming laptop.